Hi there, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel. Today I'm building the Lockheed Hudson in 1/72 scale by AIRFIX. Now this kit was first released in 1963 and has been reissued many times. The one I have is from 1975. Just in the last week, as I make this video in September 2025, AIRFIX has released it once more, this time under the Vintage Classics brand, with the modern plastic going through the original moulds and with brand new cartograph decals. The decals in my kit were essentially unusable, so I did get an aftermarket set for mine. Now if you enjoy the video, please do let YouTube know by giving it the imperial thumbs up, by subscribing to the channel and by hitting the notification bell. All of these are free and a great way to show your support. So let's make a start on the build with a look at the paints and products I used. We start off with the cockpit. This is formed from a floor and two bulkheads, one at each end. When they are complete, they sit in the side of the fuselage. Make sure they butt up against these ribs on the inside. Then you can spray interior green on the insides and fix all the very many windows into place, making sure that they're glued in properly. At the back of the fuselage is a support for the rear turret. If you want it to turn, there's a piece you can fit under here, but I'm not worried about that. At the front goes the navigator's desk. Then the navigator's chair can go in, followed by the pilot's chair. Now I've put the navigator figure itself in so I can close up the fuselage. It takes a bit of to and fro to get everything lined up, but it does get there. So all I need to do now is tape it up and apply glue to all the joints. While that is setting, I'll start on the wings. Each lower half accepts an aileron, then the top of the wing snaps into place. The fit of these is pretty good. Then when they're glued up, they can go into the fuselage. I'd get the top seam looking right and fill the underside seam later, as this seems to give the right dihedral. Onto the tailplane, and the top is a single piece into which the two lower halves fit. Then you need to place the elevators into the tailplane, securing them with glue. Then you can fit the tail assembly to the rear of the fuselage. The tail fins fit into the tailplane. There are 4 pieces, top and bottom. Next, the engine nacelles and the main gear legs have to go in first. They fit loosely and the two halves of the nacelle are glued together. And when dry, they can be set onto the lower half of the wings. The engine cowling fits on the front of the nacelles, and an oil cooler sits beneath each engine. On top of each engine is the carburetor air intake. I've put the pilot into his seat so I can fit the canopy. I'm using a PVA glue to hold it in place. Note I've applied paint masks to all the transparencies. Onto paint now, and I've primed the whole aircraft in grey, so I'm going to apply some dark earth on the top as a base for the camouflage scheme. And when that's cured, I can mask off the areas I want to keep dark earth, then go over the model with dark green. Again, I leave that to cure, then I remask the kit just so I can paint the underside, which in this case is RAF Night. With the final paint cured and a coat of gloss varnish applied, I can set all the decals. These are from an aftermarket Coastal Command set. Next I fit the base of the gun turret and add the gunner. And then finally I can put the turret glazing on. Having applied a matte varnish coat, I can now add the Avigator's Astrodome on the back of the fuselage. Turning the kit over, I can put wheels onto the undercarriage, then carefully add the small main leg doors. The tail wheel can also go in. On the top I can fit the radio mask and direction finder, and on the nose are 2 machine guns. Adding a propeller normally means the build is over. But I did knock one of the fuselage windows in and it's impossible to get back, so I'm creating a window by adding this clear PVA solution and using a toothpick in a rotating motion until it fills across the gap. The product I'm using is called Micro Crystal Clear, and after about an hour it has set. You wouldn't even know I'd done it. There it is. Look, certainly it's a kit of its time and nowhere near the standards of design that we get today, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, and it can be assembled into a half decent model. With a lot more time and talent, you could turn it into something pretty special. I only hope that the transparent parts in the new Vintage Classics reboot fit better than they did in my kit, but otherwise it's really not too bad. Now, if you've enjoyed the video, please remember, give it the imperial thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and hit the notification bell to hear about new content as it is released. Thanks so very much for watching today, and goodbye.